welcome to the week of April 20th in graphic design. I want to go through and show you what it is that you're going to be working on this week. And this week is going to be important because it's going to really show you the structure of how future weeks are going to look. Now, before we get started, I want to make sure you had a chance to look at the announcement that I posted last week about the proposed schedule for our entire campus. What I've done, if you haven't done that, definitely go check the announcements for April 14th because I put that up. But this is the draft that I was given by the administration for what days of the week that they have proposed that we have classes. Now, by saying have classes, really what that is setting it up to where if there is going to be direct instruction, that they're not conflicting with other class periods given throughout the day. Now, for my class, there will not be a direct instruction that I have set for right now. I plan on releasing videos and information for the course at the beginning of the week and not waiting until Wednesday or Friday for my later class periods. So I'm going to be posting stuff, and what I'm going to do is for this class, for 5th and 6th, I will have an open office hour here for Pathways. So that is set for Tuesday at 8 to 9 a.m. So that will be the time I will have an open Zoom meeting scheduled for that day, but that is not a requirement that you actually show up at that time. That's there if you want to have some face-to-face interaction with me, or at least virtually, show off your computer or ask me questions. Now, that office hour is going to be potentially busy depending on how many people take me up on it, but I will just have that open and ready, but that's for all of my class periods. So if you are interested in getting some feedback or information early, I recommend doing that on Tuesday morning. Now, if you're in my 5th period class, I will have an open Zoom session. Once again, not a required one that you attend, but if you have questions or need clarification or want to show something on your computer, that open hour will be on Fridays at 8 to 9 a.m. For 6th period, that open hour will be from 10 to 11. So the 3 hours that are available is the 1 hour on Tuesdays from 8 to 9. I will have an optional Zoom session, and I will post the link and password to our Canvas site so that you'll know where to go. And then if you're in 5th period, it will be Friday at 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And for 6th period, it will be 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. You can still continue to email me, but we've been asked to have these as the hours that are set and scheduled, and not to have individual Zoom sessions. So that is where the schedule is at. I have it written down here as well. If you have any questions on that, definitely hit me up, and I will try to clarify. Now, on to this week. What I've done for this week is I've structured some things here that will be very similar to what you'll see in week 27th of April. So I will always end up having some welcome video, which is what you're watching right now. This will give you the vital information that you need, as well as an overview of what the week looks like. And this will become important for you to watch these so that you'll know at the beginning of the week if there's anything that's confusing. Then on Tuesday's open session, you're welcome to hop in and ask a lot of questions then. Now, as far as being able to take kind of attendance, seeing that you're getting this information, the attendance is kind of lax, but I'm going to be putting this thing in here that's this Ed Puzzle. Ed Puzzle is a really interesting website that allows me to take videos and stop the video midway through and ask questions. The questions will be very simple as long as you've watched the video. You should be able to do really well on those questions. Try it out for this first one. I've never used this connected to Canvas before, so I'm very curious to see if there's any problems. For future weeks, I will have one, like right here, I've got some things about Nazis and space and fonts that you're going to watch and I'll have questions on. Those will actually be worth points. For this first week, it's just there to see what kind of issues we have, but I'd recommend try it out because I'd really like to see if there's any problems or anything with it. Like I said, I've never used that connected inside of Canvas. So try that out. That'll be something that we'll have every week. Then I'll have information about either additional lectures, videos, things related to projects that we're working on, assignments. Then there'll be a challenge activity that's optional and any resources that are available with that. In fact, I need to kick that one in. And then you'll have an exit slip. The exit slip will be nothing more than a link to a Google form. Sometimes I might ask for something else, but for the most part, it's just going to be a Google form with some very quick information, and I'll show you one in here in just a second. So for this week, what I want you to do is go ahead and open up the Ed Puzzle. So you'll click on this, and you'll start to play the video inside of the puzzle, and then it'll ask you 2 questions through the series of this like less than 5-minute video. The other thing that you're going to do is I am shifting the challenge that I had for the Pinterest screencast. I'm preparing for this to go live on the 27th as an actual graded assignment. So for those of you who have already posted, and it's only been a few, but thank you for posting that. It's been great to hear your voices. I will give you points for those starting on the 27th. For everybody else, you will be having this due on the 3rd of May, and this will be the very first graded assignment. Starting next week, it will not only be that assignment, but I have other assignments that I'm giving you as well. So this is a chance for you to kind of get ahead if you don't want to have it all crammed into 1 week. So you'll do the Pinterest screencast assignment. So for the challenge this week, this is an optional challenge, but it's one that I think would be really good for you to use, especially if you do not have access to Photoshop. It's this famous people hybrid or mashup assignment. What you're going to do is you're going to find 2 images on Google of celebrities facing forward. It could be musicians, could be YouTube stars, it could be athletes, whatever you want to mash together. And you can look at this site for inspiration. This guy did a merging together of some amazing images, really well done, like Channing Tatum and Pharrell put together. Looks really, really well done. Who they are down here at the bottom, you can check that out and see. Like, this is Shaq and 50 Cent. This guy, if you look up this address right there and look that up on Instagram, he's got even more. And you can just look up, if you want, you can look up celebrity mashup Photoshop, and you'll find even more ideas and images of people and things that have been done. So really interesting, kind of fun. So what I'm looking to have you do is submit a JPEG here. So you'll actually upload a JPEG, and then you'll post it in the discussion board area as well, just the JPEG. So this is an optional one, but you know, challenges are always going to be optional. But I'd really like to see what you'd come up with. I think this one could be pretty fun. You can submit more than one if you're interested in doing multiple versions and stuff. But I would recommend find an image that's straight on. So the sideways ones get really awkward. They start to look kind of deformed, which might be okay for you. But it's much, much easier to do that. Whether you're using Photoshop or Photopea, this Photoshop Basics for doing celebrity mashups, really, really useful as far as technique. Back to modules here. And then as far as the exit slip, you'll click on this. This will take you to a Google form. The Google form, this will be similar each week. I have one set up for every single week for the remainder of the semester. Last name, first name, what class period are you in? What did you find challenging for this week? But more importantly, why? What were the challenges? Since I don't get to have day-to-day interaction with you, I'm really missing that, and I'd like to get a little more insight into what's going on. Also, here, what did you actually learn this week? Was there something that was useful, something that you found interesting? And tell me why. Be a little more specific. And then I'll usually include some kind of outside of class thing or potentially a survey thing. So like right now, I just want to know, what's the best thing you did this week? You know, something you watched, something you ate, something you heard, something you read. Tell me about it. Just want to know why. So that is the way that most of the class sessions will be structured, is you'll have an intro video, just a welcome. You'll do a short ed puzzle. I'll explain assignments or have additional short lectures explaining projects. There'll be a challenge if you're interested in taking on the challenge, and then you'll have an exit slip. So if you look at next week, kind of similar things set up there as well. So as always, if you have any questions or concerns, please contact me as soon as possible. You can send me a message through the inbox here in Canvas, or you can just email me directly. Posting stuff in the discussion board will work as well, but the inbox, it like screams at me and tells me I've got numbers and stuff that are on there. So that's usually the best way to get access to me as quick as possible. All right, have a great week, and I look forward to seeing what you come up with.